Oh my God, just reading that is making me tear up. There's nothing better than really good friends. And I know I've had a few over the years. Oh my God, I'm totally like emotional. But yeah, friends mean a lot. So, especially when they're there for you and can sometimes be the closest people, you know, they can do, they can be so, they can kind of, they can treat you like you're their blood. Like they can just be so, so selfless. They, hey, like, hey, I'm back. I'm Dina Haynes, and I am the author of Neesa, the first book in the original reality book series that is available on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited. So if you have that nice little perk, then you can read it for free, and you be the judge how different the way I read it is from the actual book. If you are new to my channel, then you are too late. You are right in the middle of the serious action going on. It's basically the climax of the whole story. So I suggest you go back. There are links in the video as well as down below, and start from the beginning, get to know these characters. And if you've been watching this whole time, welcome back. Thanks for being so loyal. And you know where we're at. And you know what I'm about to do. That's right, I'm about to drop some spoilers. So for you newbies, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified when the next video comes up. And do it now because I'm about to seriously spoil the heck out of this story right now. In 3, 2, 1. Reuben just met the guy who might be his dad, like his real dad, his bio dad. And we got to meet his wife, which was a little unexpected surprise. He's in an interracial relationship. And I just love Brenda. Like she was so protective at first. I just thought that was so cute. But this guy that could be his father, he didn't have a lot of positive stuff to say about Reuben's mother. And it seems like Reuben is kind of getting some clarity on all the women in his life. His mother, but even before that, Neesa. And how much she means to him and how stupid he was to come here on his own and go through this part of his journey by himself. It was a big mistake. So, and obviously, and for multiple reasons, because we all know that Neesa's back home being terrorized. She could die at any moment. Who knows what this David guy is capable of. So let us move on to the next chapters because the story is quickly drawing to a close. And I'm dying to find out what you guys think about how the story is progressing right now. So drop a comment below and tell me what you think. Tell me where you think the story is going, and how are Reuben and Neesa gonna fare after everything is said and done? Is Neesa even gonna be alive? I mean, well, it is a romance, so. But anyway, is it gonna be too much surprise there? But yeah, they're gonna have some work to do once he gets back to LA. So let's get to it. Chapter 33. Chapter 33, Neesa's Perspective. I came to in a rush of noise with light streaming through the windows. A few seconds passed before I realized where I was and what was happening. David said, "I'm telling you, she's not responding. I didn't do anything to her. She just slumped over." Still in my bedroom, David, no, Annabelle's husband, hovered over me, talking on the phone. I kept my eyes closed so he wouldn't know I was awake. I listened to the tinny voice of the other person on the line, too indistinct for me to make out what they were saying. David said, "No, I don't have a gun." He jumped over my body and his voice grew distant as he entered the bathroom behind me. "I'm her boyfriend, I told you. We were having an argument, that's all." I heard a loud scraping noise and recognized it as the window over my soaker tub being opened and then closed a moment later. Whiskers tickled my eyelids, letting me know that Enola was still watching over me. His voice became louder as he entered the bedroom again. "We don't need your help. We just had an argument, but it's over. Just leave." I heard a loud bang and angry voices. Jeff stepped away from me and dashed into the bathroom. I heard the window open once more. Enola backed her tush into my face, barking like crazy again and daring anyone to approach. I blinked for a few moments until the room stopped spinning and caught Jeff fitting his body through the window over the tub. One of the officers entered the room, his gun raised, and I pointed to the bathroom. A moment later, he yelled at Jeff to put his hands up, and scuffling noises ensued as two officers attempted to extract and subdue him. "I didn't do anything. I didn't touch her," Jeff kept repeating. After he was secured, a woman in a dark blue uniform approached me. "I'm Officer Talbot, ma'am. Try not to move. Have you been shot?" I rolled over and scooped Enola into my arms to calm her down. "No, I passed out. He's not my boyfriend." David said, "Officers, we were arguing when she tripped and hit her head on the nightstand. She doesn't know what she's saying." I said, "He's crazy. He hit me with the gun and threw it out the window in the bathroom." He said, "I didn't," and they manhandled him out of the room while telling him his Miranda rights. "I didn't do anything to her, officer. Are you listening to me?" Officer Talbot asked, "Which window?" I pointed in the direction of my master bathroom and she spoke into the radio at her shoulder, reporting the location to other officers. Then she said to me, "Ma'am, you said you lost consciousness? Do you remember calling 911? Enola kept jumping into my arms, trying to lick my face, so I stroked her head. "Yeah, I fainted. It's my blood sugar. I'm hypoglycemic." The officer said, "What's your name, ma'am?" I said, "Denise." I swallowed past a lump of nausea. "Longfellow." She said, "And where do you live?" What an odd question, considering she was in my bedroom, but then I realized she was testing me to see how coherent I was. I gave her the address. She asked, "Are you diabetic, Denise?" I said, "Not diabetes. I'm hypoglycemic, and I'm pregnant." I don't mean to interrupt, but you know it's business time. If you haven't liked the video already, please just pause really quick, like the video, and if you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon, and let's get you back to the story. She said, "Okay, Denise, the paramedics are on their way inside." She fiddled with the volume on her portable radio and glanced back. "Here they are now. Try to stay calm." I said, "You're arresting him, right?" She said, "Excuse me?" I said, "That guy, Jeff Schaefer." She said, "Is that the identity of the man who attacked you?" I said, "Yes." She said, "He's in police custody. You're safe now, Denise." The paramedics rushed in and began testing my levels and asking me questions. They said, "You're stable now, but we're going to have to take you to the hospital. They'll want to run more tests to make sure you and the baby are okay. Is there anyone you can call to take care of your dog?" I said, "Yeah." One of them handed me my phone. It seemed Jeff had used it to talk to the police when I passed out. I dialed Claire while they retrieved my purse and put me on the gurney to cart me away. Since I didn't want to leave Enola in the house alone with strangers, the paramedics were kind enough to wait until Claire got there. In the meantime, the police decided to take my statement. I said, "I'm sorry, I wish I knew more. Maybe my boyfriend can clear up some of the confusion." Pain lanced through my chest at the word boyfriend. Not only had Reuben abandoned me, but he might have had something to do with the attack. If anything Jeff said was true, I didn't know Reuben at all. The officer said, "You said before his name is Reuben Murray? And he's a PI?" I said, "Yeah, he told me he was in the LAPD a few years ago, though now I'm not so sure anything he told me was real." She looked to her partner. "Do you remember an Officer Murray?" He frowned. "Sounds familiar. I'll check with the sergeant." She said, okay, we'll follow up with that. When did you say he'd be back in town? I said, a few days? I don't know. I cast my eyes down and choked on a sob. The one moment I needed him most, and he betrayed me. I don't know anything, I cried, and Officer Talbot pulled tissues from the nightstand, handing them to me. Reuben had promised he wouldn't lie to me, but that had been the worst lie of all, and I had been stupid to believe him. Wiping my tears, I avoided eye contact with everyone in the room, which was easy with one eye swollen shut. Claire's voice rang out over the commotion going on in the front of my house. I had never been so glad to see her. As policemen directed her into the bedroom and to my side, she called out, "Hello, I'm Claire, the victim's friend." She wore no makeup, her hair pulled into a messy bun. If I wasn't already in shock, I would have laughed. She looked like a teenager. She said, "Oh my God, are you okay? Is she okay?" she asked, scanning the faces around me as if I couldn't speak for myself. They sprang into action, preparing to wheel me out. I said, "Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound," making light of the situation, though it wasn't convincing through the tears clogging my vocal cords. She hugged me. "I want to know what happened, but it looks like they need to get you to the hospital. What do you need me to do?" I said, "Can you please get Enola's carrier? It's in my closet, and her food is in the pantry. I don't know how long they plan to keep me." The paramedic closest to me said, "She might be released in a few hours or maybe even tomorrow." Claire said, "Have you called Ben?" I frowned and shook my head, my lips pressed together to keep from crying. She said, "Okay, not to worry, sweetie," in her cheeriest voice. "I'll take Enola home with me, and then I'll meet you at the hospital. I called in to work with an emergency, so you have me as long as you need me." I gasped and cupped a hand over my mouth. "Your job!" "I'm sorry." She said, "Are you kidding me? I called in a favor with one of my friends, and it's covered. Now go." When she pulled Enola from my grasp, I noticed her lip quiver, an uncharacteristic crack in her facade. She said, "I'll see you in a bit." They took their cue and wheeled me away. I held on to Claire's hand long enough to see her tears fall. Oh my God, just reading that is making me tear up. There's nothing better than really good friends. And I know I've had a few over the years. Oh my God, I'm totally like emotional. But yeah, friends mean a lot. So especially when they're there for you. And please drop a comment below and tell me a story about when friends were really there for you and at an extreme time of need. I just think it's remarkable that people who aren't like your blood can be just so selfless, and it's remarkable that that's how strong of a bond that you can create with other people, to go out of their way to take care of you as if you're their blood, or I just think it's remarkable when people do that. And so that's why I get emotional. So, and funny enough, I feel like during this time of the pandemic, we need that now more than ever. People kind of reaching across, the aisle to the person next to them and just being selfless. I mean, honestly, I think it brings more joy to the person who's giving sometimes than the person who's receiving. I know I'm a person who it's really hard for me to receive because I'm a giver. And so when other people give to me, that's why I get so emotional. It's just unfathomable to me sometimes that people can be so kind and caring. And just need to see more of that in the world. Anyway, I just got real right there. But things are still exciting right now in the story. Reuben still doesn't know what's going on. So stay tuned for the next chapter, because I think we're going to find out when he finds out and see how he takes it and see what he does. And I just got the chills again. Okay, so I'll see you for chapter 34. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share the video. If you like this content, if you like my story, please share with other people, let them know about it. and I will see you for the next chapter. We're getting close.